Hello everyone, it is February 28th, 2022 in the Verde Valley, and this is my winter garden update. I figured I better do it now before it isn't winter anymore. I just took off all of the fabric from the garden beds, so I've got a big pile of it here, and that was fabric covering these hoops since about mid-December, so about 2.5 months. And now I can kind of get a look at what's made it and what hasn't. This first bed was broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts, and I think it went in too late, so I didn't really get much except some of this broccoli I'll be able to harvest. I put it in October. I think this year I'm going to try for September so that I can harvest it before it gets too cold. This is a mustard ground crop, which, you know, worked pretty good. I was just testing out doing a overwinter ground crop. This one is some artichoke that will definitely be coming back. A few little cabbages, we'll see if they grow. Over here was all cabbage, and these did great. I harvested these for the last couple months, and I was saving these really big ones at the end here for hopefully a big batch of sauerkraut, which I might be doing this afternoon. These are nice big heads of cabbage, so that was kind of an exciting thing. I'll be pulling all of this out and getting it ready for spring squashes and melons and all that good stuff in a couple months. So over here is garlic. We also went in the fall. Looking good. I didn't have that covered, that was fine. Here are some of the chickens who are about, 8 weeks old at this point, and will be going into the big coop hopefully in the next week or so. This is just their temporary teenage home, and they're desperate for garden treats right now, but that'll have to wait. Okay, this bed is all beets. Also went in probably January, early January. Those have been fine. They can handle the cold. More cabbage, a Napa variety. These are mixed greens that have done great for the last 4 months. I probably put these in October. And there's chard, kale, collards, more beets. This bed is peppers and eggplant from last year, and I just trimmed them down, covered it, and I have no idea if these are going to come back. We'll see. I can still feel roots on them. We'll see if they come back, but that's sort of an experiment. And more greens, which certainly did great here all winter long. Very happy with the production of greens. We definitely were able to garden outside all year. So bok choy, broccoli rabe, mizuna, more kales. This bed is sweet potatoes, which I just covered in mulch and left open. Again, we'll see if that comes back on its own. Here's the persimmon tree, which is, oh, there's a cat. There's Bonbon. There he goes. We had a rat problem, so now we have cats. We'll see how that works. There's another one around here too. These greens I didn't put in until January, and they did not quite establish because it was a little cold. We'll see if they make a comeback or not. This is all experimental. Figuring out timing is everything. Working with the weather. Here is a new area that we just put in last week, and I've got potatoes and some onion starts. There's a little apple tree here. There's the onion starts. Again, I did these earlier than last year, so I'm trying to figure out when is the best time for everything. Here's a fig tree that hasn't done much, but I'm going to give it some fertilizer and mulch, and hopefully it'll make a comeback. There's the persimmon tree. Here's a new little compost area for the chicken manure and garden waste. Trying to make more of our own compost. This area over here, we're hoping to develop in the next year. I think there's about 1/2 acre we want to fence off and then put in a mixed orchard of a lot more trees, which would be very good. Okay, so outside of the garden bed, all I did is tons of flowers all year round, and now it's just to see what comes back. Here was a little extra garlic I had. There's some lavender. It looks like it made it. I just mulched all this. another artichoke that was a volunteer. I didn't plant it there, but I'm going to leave it there. Here are lots of marigolds coming up. They stayed all winter too. I guess they don't mind the cold. We get to about just below freezing at night for a couple months here. Hollyhocks, we'll see if they come back. Just kind of threw everything I possibly could into these beds. There's some tulips, and now is the see what comes back. Everything went to seed, and so it's full of seeds. I will do sunflowers in here. That will definitely, I saved a lot of those seeds. And for inside the greenhouse, I've got the humidifier is running now to keep it at about 40-50%. More lettuces, trays that are ready for transplants. Some blueberries I'm going to put somewhere else in a shady area. Lettuces. Over here, the lemon tree produced a few lemons. Got flowers on the lime tree. Got flowers on this little mandarin tree. Lots of cilantro. Some peppers that actually are on their second year, like cayenne and jalapenos. Some eggplants that are also on their second year, producing all year round. So I'm going to try more peppers in here and more eggplants in here because those seem to do great. Here are my starts. There are more peppers, more eggplant right up there. They do well indoors and outdoors around here. Tomatoes are just starting to come up, and some other random herbs. We've got this area to clear out. Some old root veggies that'll need to come out. Some carrots and radishes that are going to seed, or flowering anyway. I did a couple of avocado trees. They're kind of in sad shape. They lost all their leaves. So we'll see if those come back in the spring if they make it. I don't know. I kept it at about 45 in here, so I'm hoping. There's a little desert rose. Oh, there goes the other cat. That's magic. And kumquat, hoping that that'll start flowering again soon. So anyway, that's pretty much what's going on here this winter. We've definitely added some friends here. The cats, the chickens. That's been a lot of fun. And spring is coming. I will be doing a lot of turning over, mulching, and adding new plants. So stay tuned, and thanks a lot. Bye-bye.